That's curious.
This is a devil's contract. It appears to belong to Mole. Maybe I should ask her about it.
So you wormed your way into the devil's lair, risked mind, limb, and freedom, all to steal the Orphic hammer. I hope your ambitions end there. I have already told you that the Githyanki Prince only wants to see you dead. But it seems you still do not trust me.
Open the prism. I trust Gith's heir over a wretched Gith.
No. His domination is what keeps you free. You know this already. Still, you would test our alliance. You are falling into the same trap as the Chosen. Their distrust of one another is their undoing. We must not make the same mistake. We must work together.
Be that as it may, Orpheus deserves to be free.
And what then? When he wakens from his incarceration, what do you think he will make of you? The one who bears the spawn his very nature bends him to revile? And even if you survived him, what of the Elder Brain? Without the protection I leverage for you, you would be enthralled in an instant.
I'll find another way to survive, one that doesn't involve abusing a Githyanki.
Careful. You will make a mind flayer laugh. You may think yourself ingenious for having slain a devil, but you have merely ironed out a wrinkle. The Elder Brain will not be such an easy foe. It is time we resume our journey to find it.
Careful, soldier. I'm burning really hot. Had a nice break in the hells. Now that we're back, my engine's in overdrive again. Let's move. A trot will take my mind off being barbecued alive.
Trips to the hells are usually one way, especially when the traveler causes the kind of trouble you did. I knew you were a thief, didn't realize you were a killer. Raphael's death is already causing quite a stir across the hells. It's a rare thing for a mortal to slay a devil of his stature. In all the excitement, I hope you didn't forget our bargain. Do you have the gauntlets?
No.
That invalidates our deal, I'm afraid. I fulfilled my part of the bargain, so you owe me the fee I proposed initially.
I just killed a devil in his own home. You really don't want to test my patience.
Not a subtle point, but well made. Keep the gauntlets. Your threats aren't necessary, but your coin is still welcome, Devil Slayer.
Defeating a devil in his own home feels very, very good, actually.
No amount of contracts will save Raphael from the fate we forced upon him. A devil well slain, if I say so myself.
Ah, damn it! To end a devil in the hells is to end him for true! Boy was hoping to make a hobby of killing Raphael over and over again.
To slay a devil in his domain is to end him entire. Or it should be. I am still primed to hear some slimy final rhyme from beyond the grave.
Raphael is no more. I shall not shed any tears.
Raphael's good and gone. Feels damn good too. Now, if only I could get rid of the other devil in my life.
Voss will be pleased with our progress. Come, to the underground. We must show him the Orphic hammer.
Ready to do some business?
I found the contract you signed with Raphael, Mole. Do you want it?
Give me that! Can't have this floating around loose. I thought I was meant to be the thief.
Is this how you survived the Shadowlands? A deal with Raphael?
So what if it is? Choosing the right allies is just common sense. You wouldn't have made it this far on your own. Big Raph doesn't own me. He's just giving me the tools to keep myself alive and to take what I want. As for what that is, well, you didn't think I planned to stop at running the Fetcher's brats, did you?
I hope you don't regret this, Mole.
Come find me when I'm running this whole guild, and see how easily the gold wipes away any regrets I do have.
There'll be no guild to run if the city falls. Can I count on your help when the fighting begins?
I wouldn't miss it for the world. Baldur's Gate is home now, and the brats are my family. Nobody messes with my family.
My children. My sweet ones. What have they done to you?
I'm hungry, Father. I'm so hungry. It hurts, Father. The hunger. It never stops.
Please, do you know of anything that can be done?
Let them feed on animals. It's the best you can do.
I've been fighting it, but I think you're right. Better that than they start feeding off humans.
Arabella seems not to notice you as you approach. She's as intent on examining a peculiar stone as she is unbothered by the corpses littered on the ground.
Arabella!
Hey! I had a feeling you'd show up. It's sort of our thing, like it's fate or something. Check out the stone. It's magic. Incredible, right?
You are flooded with memories of the distant past. Creatures slain, lovers reunited, spells crackling through the air. The stone holds records of all who have passed by it. Arabella is collecting them. It's as natural as breathing for her.
You're right. That stone is incredible. I saw past events as if I'd been there myself.
And I've only scratched the surface. I want to know everything. Bone Man was right. The weave will take care of me. I just need to listen.
Have you been on your own this whole time?
I like it that way. Bone Man told me to follow the weave, to let it guide me. I've learnt a lot thanks to him, and I'm still learning.
There are corpses everywhere. What happened?
Bandits came at me with daggers. They didn't know who they were messing with. I told you, I've learnt a lot. Don't worry about me, I'll be just fine. I'll see you soon enough. Bone Man said so.
One chance to secure. You've come. We await your good word.
Kithrak Voss, may the astral sea be still as you cross it.
And may your mind be of steel, so your blade may be of silver to Lakmagir. Have you retrieved the Orphic hammer? Will our prince's chains finally be broken?
I've retrieved the hammer.
The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from the Lich Queen's tyranny. The prophecy is one step closer to fruition.
Gith's son will soon ride against Vlaakith Voss, and I will follow him into battle.
And you will wield the greatest gift Mother Gith ever granted her dauntless children.
A silver sword. I will carry it for the honor of Gith, the great liberator, and her unforgotten son.
Istik, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the astral prism. Once inside, smash Orpheus's bonds. His cry will shake the plains, and I will fly to your aid. The Prince of the Comet will sear the heavens again. First we'll defeat the Absolute, then we let the Lich Queen tremble.
Think again. I will not permit your entry.
You need to let me into the prism.
No, I do not. When I am done with the Gith Princeling, you may do with him as you like, but not a moment before.
Questions, Istik? You seem to be lost in thought.
Getting into the astral prism will be complicated.
Yes, but you will meet this challenge, as you've met so many others. Istik, friend to Orpheus. Together we will end the Elder Brain which shakes this city. Then I turn my sights to Vlaakith, the Queen of Deceit. When you break Prince Orpheus free, his psionic cry will alert us. I will fly to your side. Together, we will fell the Elder Brain and thwart the Grand Design.
What's the name of that river down there?
Since I was old enough to hold a blade, I've dreamt of wielding a silver sword. The swords cleave both meat and mind, body and brain. To swing one, mesmerizing. To be slain by one, agonizing. Everyone I bleed with the sword will be my tribute to Prince Orpheus.
You recall another fact about silver swords. The Githyanki forbid their use by all other peoples.
Only Gith are permitted to wield these swords, right?
Only Gith's children may wield swords of silver. Unless a Githyanki grants the right in exceptional circumstance. The Illithid Grand Design nears. The true heir is shackled. These are exceptional circumstances. I grant my allies the right to my silver.
What makes the silver sword so special?
A Kithrak's silver sword is more than a weapon. It is an extension of your will, an entire limb unto itself. You merely need to think strike, and it strikes. The sword carves the correct path and carries your arm with it. The ancient slates tell us that each sword holds a fragment of the living gate, a flesh portal made from the stuffs of nightmare. The silver injures the body, the gate's flesh injures the mind, a formidable weapon against Geich.
What are we supposed to be doing?
Candle hallows tombstones, remembering the deceased with sympathy and skill.
Can't afford it. Stop wasting my time.
Something over there.
The locked door has red text on it reading, "All are awaited, all are embraced. None shall escape." That phrase is barlist. This place has some connection to Orin and her cult of killers. You should learn more about them.
Sicarius.
Present me well from gifts thine own, or I shall rend thy flesh from bone.
I killed to be here, and took the victim's hand as proof.
A grasping hand, an offering vile. Enter now the dread Lord's trial.
You gaze upon murder's progeny, child.
His most ill-trusted zealots.
His faithful departed.
Prodigal servants, each returns to do his bidding eternally.
This man is known to all Baldurians, and his presence sparks dread in the pit of your stomach. Before you is Saravok Arnchev, a barlist who almost brought Baldur's Gate to ruin a century ago. Davella was right. Not just an imitator, but Saravok himself.
This is the court of the dread Lord's tribunal. I am its custodian. Here come those who seek to transcend. Aspirants of his most profane order. The would-be unholy assassins of Baal.
Saravok Onchev, how are you still alive?
A long while ago, my wretched sibling brought me back. The fairest of Baal spawn soul-bound me to this husk. Worship death though I do, I refused it. I roamed the coast, gathering those who still held Baal in their black hearts. The cult survived, festering beneath the city, with me as the gate's everlasting poison. But no more, for poison is too slow a death. Now is the time for slaughter.
With these killings, the glory of the Baalis has risen beyond what we dreamed possible during those dark days. But the worship of my lord is led by another now. My granddaughter, Arin. The youngest unholy assassin ever to follow in Baal's bloody trail. And his chosen.
Orin is your granddaughter?
My very blood. And by extension, his. Baal has never had a more gifted prodigy. Arin's gifts surpassed even her mother's. Her mother knew this, and she could not bear it. When Arin was but 7 years old, she tried to smother the child. As an offering to our Lord, I heard the screams. I ran to help. I feared for the child's life. But the cries were not Arin's. It was her mother's blood that soaked the sheets. Arin had cut off the very hand that tried to end her, and made a plaything of it. And as she toyed with her dead mother's hand, a deep quiver rose up through her throat. The Lord of Murder speaking through the child. Lay not a finger on this child, he said, nor let any other, for this child will serve me with unholy ardor. Protect her in my name.
Did you know that your daughter was planning to kill Orin?
I knew of my daughter's ambitions, but not the lengths to which she'd go. She hungered for Baal's favor more than anyone I'd ever known. But her daughter, Arin, hungered even more. My lord made his choice. I abided by his words. But Arin is not the subject of our judgment here today. But these are not aspirants. You have brought traitors of Baal into our midst. Harpa Worm, the abdicating hero. Your keen sense for this city has withered in your absence. And you, man of stone, as you stood a statue, a helpless ornament, your city warped, changed, became ripe for the plucking.
Sarevok, Baal's least favorite son. Still tied to Daddy's apron strings, I see.
The history they share may be long gone, but the threat of violence between them is as fresh as newly spilled blood. Neither party will let the other walk out of here alive.
What purpose do you have in bringing these heretics to the court of Baal? Speak, or death will be your final word.
Wait, how do you know each other?
Simple. We beat him about the brow and butt until he was dead.
Sarevok once fancied himself Baal's chosen, until we put him in his place. Feel no shame for forgetting him. History shall do the same.
These two have long meddled in my affairs, and my father's.
Would you two like to kill the old man, or shall I?
You get to my age, you have already done everything. Be my guest.
We have already smashed Sarevok's soul from his body once. Boo says it is your turn.
And so, the Harper and the idiot Ranger raised their weapons against Sarevok once more. Your hubris will be your undoing, as it was once mine. Only this time, you will fall, and Baal will have his offering by my hand.
The cub speaks.
You have a history with Saravok.
Nothing so grand. He was just another broken little ballspawn who tried to clamber to glory over the corpses of others. There was a time when he might have made more of himself. He was certainly given the chance after we threw him down, but he slunk back into his father's shadow instead. There is nothing more to say of him.
This note lists instructions on how to reach the Temple of Baal. We finally have a path to Orin. The blood of Baal must never be wasted, only multiplied. I knew it from the moment of her birth, and every day thereafter. I watched the babe become a woman, Helena, my shape-shifting beauty, my daughter, and Baal's waiting womb. In her I planted my Lord's seed, and thus did we beget the bloody lamb Orin, the child of my child, and Baal's sacrifice in waiting. I did not know that it would be Orin that Baal favored, not Helena, but it matters not. Orin would help to bring forth a new birth in Baal's name, a world baptized in blood.
Citizen! Get me out of here! Citizen! Thank the gods you're here! My wrinkles are starting to chafe. As an officer of the law, I demand you free me at once. Be locked up, not me! Thanks for freeing me so quickly. No idea what those Baalist Burks had planned with me, but those chains were starting to chafe. Though I do wish you'd figured this all out before I put the blame for Father Lorgan's murder on that poor refugee. Well, at least it's over now.
How did you end up here?
After our chat at Charessa's Caress, I thought it best to polish off the bottle I'd started. I started coming over all woozy. My joints stiffened up quicker than a brothel browser's loins. Paralyzed. My vision went black. When I woke up, I was in chains. Overall, a terrible ordeal. One deserving of a drink. I'd bid you good day, but it's been royally shite all round.
Are you sure we're finished?
You might not be finished. I am. It's plain to see that I'm well out of my depth here. But you gave these reprobates a proper seeing to. You clearly have what I don't. Courage, insight, heroism. The city needs you. I overheard these pigs talking. There's a Baal temple deep within the old Undercity that the cult is using. A century ago, it was destroyed by a group of heroic sorts. Let's hope history repeats itself, eh?
Mind who you call history, Hollyphant.
The wrinkled orb is correct. Boo remembers the stench of the temple still.
Very good. Now, let's talk and find that temple. This place is foul as piss. I'm out of here.
I was hoping I hadn't missed you. The Patriarchs are safe, but it took longer to calm them down than I was hoping. Tell me,
How did your investigations into the Baalish tribunal go?
I found the tribunal and killed Seravok.
So he was back. I was right. This is excellent news. Tell me everything.
There was a lot of blood. Best I spare you the details.
Perhaps you're right. Well, in any case, thank you. You should think about joining the Fist, you know. We could do with more people like you.
A rush of ancient whispers fills your mind as you approach the door. It is rife with magic. Old, deathly magic.
A new vessel brimming with blood darkens Baal's door to baptize his days most holy. Do you have proof of your faith to our Lord?
I have an amulet of Baal. Let me pass, door.
You hold proof of faith, but to hold and deserve are different. How have you proven yourself in the Dreadlord's eyes?
I slaughtered the murder tribunal.
Unorthodox. But a show of faith nonetheless. Walk in blood. The Lord of Murder shall perish.
But in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny.
To open. We might as well bare our buttocks to every archer within a mile.
Oh no, they do not like that at all.
Chaos will be sown from their passage. Londo. Did not see. He did not know. He did not revel in the glory of what is to come.
My mind. And, well, in it.
Stone seals this chamber against the world.
This is a foul place. Better buried. Already Boo is bristling, and not from the cold.
I confess that the last time I came here, I thought it would be my tomb. You can see why.
The Baal amulet trembles in frightened awe. Murder. Bloody murder. Who else but Baal would these symbols honor? Will you return once you cross this threshold?
All darkness and anger, gripping the skull and hammer, hammer, hammer! Gore on the wall, pulp on the hands. Head all gone. Yes, yes, I killed him. I killed them all.
Shh. Silence is good. No screaming, no crying, no pleading, no air escapes. When I squeeze, I make sure they're quiet.
them all quiet now.
I believe Orin first made an incision in the upper left clavicle.
I am afraid I must disagree. Orin's first cut was quite clearly the throat. But would she not toy with the victim? Why begin with a death blow? A properly cut throat does not kill right away. It bleeds the victim.
Like a prize pig.
Have more come to seek Baal's blessing.
Lady Orin awaits you. Yes.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Helena Anchev, daughter of Saravok, mother of Orin.
What happened to you?
Orin, my daughter. I tried to kill her, but she killed me first.
Why did you try to kill your own daughter?
I wanted to be Baal's chosen. Saravok told me she must be my offering. I was close, my hand around her throat. I failed.
Does Orin know that Saravok ordered you to kill her?
No, she worshipped him, loved him. So did I.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Orin relished tormenting this poor soul.
I smell it. Gortash's corpse stain. His killer approaches. See how good I was? How patient while you drained the tyrant's juices for me. But Saravok's crimson was not yours to spill. He was mine. You had no right to take him. Oh, did it think it could protect? Did it think it could save? Only the blades can offer salvation.
Like the salvation your mother offered, she attacked you on Saravok's orders. Your father's orders.
No. No! 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 He didn't! He didn't! Filthy, pig-mouthed little liar! Grandfather loved me. He worshipped me. These petty smearings will not save you.
Serevok's your father, Orin. He abused your mother. He abused you.
No, not him. Not him. I did all this for him. Everything. Everything.
No, Orin. You did this for me.
Ball. Father, they lied to me. They lie.
Hush, child. No more doubts. No more fears. No more Orin. Become murder.
Someone hold Boom. He will not enjoy the bumpings to come.
A metallic tang fills the air as the Slayer's form is drained of life. Ashes to ashes, blood to blood, you have robbed another god of his chosen.
So, we have the final stone. I need to see it for myself. There it is. So innocent, but such potential. You have done very well indeed.
The Netherstones pulse with psionic energy, permeating you, pulling you in line with their rhythm. The thrum quickens, rising, cresting on a single feeling. A location.
A morphic pool beneath the city itself. So that's where the Chosen imprisoned the brain.
Why would they put it there?
To conceal it, one would imagine. And to maintain the illusion of their own control above ground.
Do you think we're ready to face the Elder Brain?
With the stones in hand and the Chosen dead, we stand as good a chance as we ever will. As to how good a chance that is, I cannot say. But I have hope.
You know Baldur's Gate best. How do we find this morphic pool?
If If memory serves, there are smuggling routes beneath the city. They will take you underground. When we reach the pool, we will find the brain, and we will end this. In death, thraldom, or freedom. But a word of caution. Once we cross into the Elder Brain's domain, there will be no turning back. Finish your business here before you proceed. The brain will be waiting for us.
Orin, where is she? Not dead by another's hand, I hope. When she took me, I did not think I could survive again. Thank you. I owe you everything. If there is anything left of her, burn it. I do not trust her to stay dead. I need to leave this place to recover. She left scars on me that will never heal.
That's Orin dealt with. Good riddance. Now that we have her Netherstone, we're one big step closer to finishing this, once and for all.
Another ball spawn buried by our hand. Ball should learn better than to send his offspring against us. They might as well be babes, dropped bare bottom into the Rashomon winter.
I would be lying if I told you I was certain we would walk out of that temple alive. We faced Baldur once before, and I was not ready to count on luck a second time. But luck had no part in it. Just you.
Well, you and a certain miniature giant space hamster. But mostly you, true.
That is both chosen beaten, and their stones wrested from their grasp. But where they fall, the Elder Brain rises. It is already worming its way free. We must find it before it slips its collar, whether we are ready or not.
From bonds free, no more slave. Liberators, saviors, pawns, dupes, fools, released, usefulness ended, targeted, killed, death unavoidable.
Good riddance to the shape changer. Couldn't have happened to a worse wretch.
Orin was a monster, whatever her form. Suppose growing up somewhere like this would make a monster of anyone.
Hells take that Baal freak. She would have bled the whole world just for the fun of it. We've got her Netherstone now. One step closer to getting the Netherbrain under control.
Orin's dead, which means we have taken one step closer to slaughtering the fetid Elder Brain.
The blight that was Orin has been purged from the world. And we have another Netherstone also. A significant step towards stopping this evil, once and for all.
Baal's chosen has been bled. May her torment be tenfold of that which she inflicted.
You wish to consult me?
Orin is dead. You have your vengeance.
One part of it. A smaller part than I had hoped.
You sound disheartened.
You know me well. Orin could make herself a mirror to anyone she met. A perfect physical replica, down to the slightest blemish or imperfection. It was only the surface that she imitated, though. The skin and the muscle and the bone. Peel back the surface, and her madness lay beneath. She could not hide that, no matter what form she took. No matter how perfect the surface imitation, few would see themselves reflected in Orin's madness, in her soul. I did see myself there. A broken version of myself, but recognizable nonetheless.
You're nothing like Orin.
Oh, but I am. Given what we learned of her mother, I see how similar we truly are. We were both born of trauma, both raised by parents who protected us with one hand and tormented us with the other. What was I when you first knew me? Before you ever knew me? A mad woman, butchering prey in the name of a god who would discard me without a thought once I was no longer of use. Baal, Lolth, the absolute. They do not have followers. They only have victims, and they reward devotion with death. It is only because of you that I did not meet the same fate as Orin. Lost to madness and blood. If you had killed me when we first met, I would have been just one more casualty of your crusade against the Absolute. And nobody would remember me.